talk about the bait rotation strategy. The main idea of this attack is that you send a pact of attackers to a certain site, and the objective of that is to bait rotation towards the site that they're trying to sell a fake, which allow their other pack to move on to the opposite site and plant bomb for free and set up an advantageous post-plant position. Generally, this is how a round would look like. Killjoy would have her turret set up and an anti-rush alarm bot and nano swarm combo onto main entrance. The bot here watching heaven and main at the same time. Sage at the beginning of the round, she would usually do a barrier orb in mid instantly to scout if the mid attacker is going to be there. They'll break the wall, give her intel, or if no one's breaking it, it gives her intel that no one's probably mid, and narrows down that they could come into B main or A main. A controller, either Brimstone or Omen, can always smoke A main here, and it gives them early control of A main with the vision block. During the beginning phase, Killjoy and Brim would try to go out into mid. Brim would instantly smoke ropes. As soon as the barrier goes down, Killjoy swing out to mid, put the turret on top here to see if anyone picking on top of the wall, and then the two can just swing out and try to destroy this wall. Make sure that the defenders won't have any intel piece at mid. In the meantime, Raze and Sage will work towards B main. See if anyone trying to aggress B. If the 2v1, they could punish the push from the B player. If not, they will try to sneak up. Raze will try to destroy the front with the satchel to scout if that would actually destroy the intel utility. And Sage would then bury orb here. So these two util can send a huge signal, combining with the smoke in vents and the turret here and presence in mid. It gives off the huge signal that the attacker is going to try to do a B split, and most likely it will pull the rotation of defenders towards B side to help. After the wall's broken, these two would then start to sneak back into A lobby with Reyna. And Reyna jobs originally here is to watch to see if the A player try, like Reyna for example, to push for intel and punish the push. Let's just say that both Reyna and Brimstone rotate. These two here will actually go all the way out onto site. Raze using her boombot earlier, forgot to mention that. Used boombot earlier to clear out this left zone of B entrance. And they would progress to move out and essentially selling an actual attack. Like they are actually attacking the site, but realistically there's only two of them, and the other three will bring the spike towards A and proceed to plant the bomb while Reyna try to take more aggressive control and see if she can catch the attackers off guard. Even if they travel in pack in two, she could probably kill one and then dismiss back. Killjoy then will start to have a turret, maybe take position up in ramp, and Brimstone go to site by himself. But most of the time, if you are on attack, you don't really know if the defenders attack or not. It's most ideal that you send two people onto site together to clear it together, just in case there's one rat staying back, for example. And then even if it's a trade, then it's 1-for-1. And what happens if they don't travel in two? Because the attackers have clear all angle, he'll catch off guard, and the defenders will have to work much harder. And now they're in the pinch where the defenders have two side to pinch them, and they have control of the spike, which the attackers have to try and retrieve, putting the defenders in much worse position. Okay. Say Killjoy set up the turret there, go with room, clear sight, and she'll put alarm bot there, and nano swarm. Really depends on how far the Reyna could go. If the Reyna could go really far and work up a lot of ground for his team, then I don't see any reason for the Killjoy to just put her bot so shallow with this much control. If Reyna got up this high, per se, then she can put it here, or even more aggressively here, to just completely eliminate out the path down to screen. Let's not say completely eliminate, but would slow the defenders significantly when they try to go towards screen, and which limiting the possible retake path for a given time period while the swarm was going off. Let's just say this is a situation where no one dies. No one really dies. And this two back, Killjoy senses 2 players here. She try to move back and save herself, not try to go inside. Here, Sage will still try to watch mid because of the presence. And this is what it would probably looks like. And this two will start to retreat. And they would retreat through A lobby rather than going through mid, because most likely the defenders still control, or some defenders can just push mid and would catch them off guard. And let's just draw the distance here and compare. It's a very long rotate for the attackers, whilst the defenders get a much shorter rotate. At this phase here, it is really up for the guys already on site to catch anyone off guard, get a pick, and make it easier for the attackers, because this rotation will take a long time to provide this guy here support, whereas defenders are really quick rotate for them. But overall, they got spikes down, so they've got time on their advantage. They've got Killjoy set up, and the thing is, defenders, although the distance is short, but they have to be extra careful at clearing every other angle, which ultimately takes them more time. So really, this pack here could get back here in time, as this guy, should try to shift walk. They don't want the defenders already on site. They don't know where the defenders, like the attackers, are on A. Where would they post their position? Would they be here? Or they'll be here? They'll be here? Where are they? They don't know. So they check every angle if they shift walk to not give them any intel, so that this guy here can't kill them as easily. So I'd say this 2-pack would travel towards A side in about the same amount of time. B side, when this pack get around this area where they have to really watch out for sewer, and this is when they take their guns out. But really, they're already really close to giving the teammate support. They can hold A ramp and have control of this line here, make it more difficult for defenders to move on site if they don't smoke it. And really, they could also move up here and try to flank defenders. And why further on that point, why don't this guy on site earlier, why don't they plant for heaven? Give them a lot more stress. They can hold from A main here much easier than plant back here. Really, at this point, it just depends on how the engage goes. The defenders could go on top, or attackers go on top. We don't know, but the defenders do have advantage of spikes down and huge site control. Okay, so this strategy works a lot more effectively when the fake pack attacks a site with a sentinel on the site, so that they don't have the intel giving tools on the opposite side to see to reveal that the attackers are doing a fake. So it's gotta watch out for that as well when you execute this kind of fake. Attack the site with a senti, fake the site with a senti on it. If you like this video, drop a like below. Check out my social in description box. Other than that, peace out. Have a good one.